Have you ever wondered about the root cause of the prolonged conflict between the Jews and Palestinians? The answer goes back centuries, even millennia, to historical events detailed in the Quran. This holy book speaks of the Jewish people's disobedience to Allah, their divine punishments, and the consequences of breaking their covenant with their Creator. In the early 20th century, under the auspices of the Balfour Declaration, the Jews found a new home in Palestine, a land inhabited by Palestinians. This move was seen by some as a betrayal, a reneging of their divine pact, and a blatant act of military force against the innocent Palestinian people. Yet, the story doesn't end there. This historical backdrop sets the stage for the present-day situation. A land divided, a people displaced, and a conflict that seems to have no end in sight. In light of this background, let's delve deeper into the current situation in Palestine. Fast forward to the present day, the situation in Palestine is far from peaceful. The Palestinians find themselves in a state of flux, caught between two governing bodies. On one hand, there's the secular-led West Bank under the stewardship of Mahmoud Abbas. On the other, the coastal enclave of Gaza, overseen by the Islamic government led by Ismail Haniyeh. The impact of these governance structures is palpable in the day-to-day lives of the Palestinians. Yet, beyond these territories, millions of Palestinians have found themselves compelled to migrate to neighboring Arab countries. The legacy of this displacement is visible in the refugee camps that dot the landscape of Palestine. These camps, a stark testament of the strife, are home to those whose lives have been uprooted by the conflict. They serve as a potent reminder of the human cost of the struggle for control over the region. Amidst this backdrop, the Jewish army's role is a contentious one. Accusations of attacks under various pretexts fuel the flames of the conflict. These actions, critics argue, are part of a larger strategy to expel the entire Palestinian population from Palestine. This brings us to the alleged ambitions of the Jews, which have sparked further controversy. The claim is that the ultimate goal is not just to occupy the whole of Palestine, but to also seize control over Muslim governments in the surrounding area to create a greater Israel. So, what exactly do the Jews want? It's a question that's been asked for centuries and one that remains relevant today. Many believe that the goal is to expel all Palestinians from their homeland to fully occupy Palestine. But the ambitions, as some allege, extend beyond this. There's a theory that's been circulating, suggesting the intent is not only to control Palestine, but to also seize control over Muslim governments in the surrounding area. A grander vision, a greater Israel, is what some believe is the ultimate objective. This greater Israel is believed to extend from the Nile to the Euphrates, a claim that is said to be inscribed on the wall of Israel's parliament. The inscription is often interpreted as a symbolic representation of the ambitions. However, it's important to remember that these are theories, allegations that have been made based on interpretations of actions and words. It's a complex issue, one that's steeped in centuries of history and conflict. Ultimately, the question isn't just about what the Jews want, it's about the rights of the Palestinians, those who have been living in Palestine for centuries. It's about the land that they call home, the land that they've fought for, and the land that they've been forced to leave. But who truly has the right to Palestine? That's the question that continues to spark debate and controversy. When it comes to the rightful ownership of Palestine, opinions diverge. Historically, the land we now call Palestine has been a melting pot of cultures, religions, and empires. The Palestinians, many of whom trace their ancestry back to the ancient Canaanites, have called this land home for centuries. Over time, they have cultivated the land, built cities, and developed a unique cultural identity. Then, in the 20th century, a new chapter began. Jews, fleeing persecution and seeking a homeland, arrived en masse in Palestine. Yet this was not a peaceful migration. The influx was coupled with military force, leading to the displacement of countless Palestinians. This historical context is vital when considering the question of rightful ownership. While it's true that both Jews and Palestinians have deep ties to the land, the manner in which Palestine was occupied raises serious ethical questions. In the end, the question remains, who has the legitimate right to Palestine?